As we go to the balance beam once again, competitor number 131, as we move with Shelley Stack. She is competing for the team that's in the lead right now, the Karolyi Gymnastics team number 1. Shelley Stack.
Getting set for a dismount. And a double back somersault. Very nice.
Shelley in 1986, a participant in the National Class 1 Junior Olympics. And in 1987, a junior
That's not right.
elite, and
You're
Bella
working like that,
Karolyi.
you will never make it. I'm telling you.
Brutal honesty from
She
Bella
doesn't look
Karolyi.
pleased. I've been there so many times myself.
It's got to be done. As this young lady in deep thought now about her routine on the balance beam and what's still ahead. Her team is leading right now, but that is probably little consolation, should I say, for her on the beam. And this again is the young lady we were talking about a moment ago, Shelley Stack.
And that's a gainer layout step out. Beautifully done. It's a layout step out off of 1 foot. And a full turn.
Shelley Stack again, not totally pleased with her routine, but nonetheless doing a good job. Back to the balance beam, competitor number 126. This is Julissa Gomez from San Antonio.
She's doing a reverse planche. Very difficult strength move.
Keep in mind, she's right up in there in that all-around competition. She finished third behind her teammates, Christy Phillips and Phoebe Mills. Phoebe finishing first, Christy second, and Julissa finishing third in the Montegro Invitational.
There's 2 back handsprings with a layout step out.
Very nicely done.
Notice how precise she is. She knows where everything starts and everything ends. It's the only way you can stay on.
Exactly.
Gainer layout step out.
Very nice. Julissa Gomez in 5th place individually in the all-around, maybe putting on a move to the top right here. The young San Antonio training in Houston.
And a front somersault. Beautiful. And a back somersault.
Just a little off balance.
It's an example of giving up for 1 second, thinking you have
Yes.
it. You can't. Getting set for a dismount. And a double twist.
Let's see how Bella thought about that.
He seems pleased.
Good job, Jumbo. All right. Good job. Good job, thank you.
Good job. Let's take a look at some of the replay here. Again, this young lady, Miss Gomez, in 5th place in the all-around.
This is a back handspring layout step out. Straight across the beam. She knows exactly where her arms are in every position. It's so important for this event. And the concentration on her face.
Oh, is that nice? Is that nice? Nice performance by Julissa Gomez. Again, on the leading team right now as well, the Karolyi Gymnast team number 1. And we get ready for the balance beam. Next performance coming up from Phoebe Mills, leader of the all-around right now.
She's a very strong beam competitor. Nerves of steel. Back handspring layout, layout. Boom, she's there.
Very meticulous on the beam. Again, Phoebe Mills, number 2 ranked in the U.S. behind her teammate Christy Phillips. But maybe not for long.
You can tell she's been coached by the Karolyis.
Just this year in the United States Chinese competition, she finished first in the AA competition, including wins on the bar, the vault, and this event, the balance beam.
That was an interesting little move she just did.
Ooh.
That's going to cost her.
So even the best have their problems. When we gave you that all-around scoring again, that was after 2 rotations, not including this, the third. Phoebe was in the lead, but not by much.
Somersault. She needs to concentrate here. I'm sure all she's thinking about is getting off. And her dismount. A double back somersault.
Bella Caroli again will greet Phoebe here.
You started to do mistakes, you have to do against each other. Don't do that. Pull it down. Quite nicely. You speed it out, just like last time. Don't speed it.
This is the move we were talking about here, huh?
Yeah, she did a shoulder roll with a full twist. Very interesting. Very unique.
Very unique indeed for Phoebe Mills again, who goes into the third rotation as the leaders on the all-around, but again, a little rough routine on the beam. And that could cost her the lead very easily. Now the young lady that certainly would challenge her is Christy Phillips. Christy, another one of those very talented young ladies. Again, in the '86 America Cups, the #1 gymnast.
Christy just did a front walkover. The widthways. Very difficult move.
Christy not only, as I pointed out, in the America's Cup in '86, but in '86 in the U.S. Olympic Festival held in Houston, her hometown, she got 4 gold medals, including wins on the beam, the floor, and the vault.
Christy has a very unique routine. She, in fact, has a move that is even named after her, which is coming up shortly.
And you won't believe it, folks. Keep in mind, as you watch the beam exercise, the music in the background is for the floor exercise. This is the Phillips move right
This
here.
is a reverse planche and the Phillips planche, named right after her. Doesn't that make your back ache?
Every bone in my body is aching, as a matter of fact. What a move by Christy Phillips.
Christy's flexible, and yes, she's really strong.
And at the moment, she's rather flawless.
And a side somersault, one of the most difficult moves you can do on beam. Getting set up for a dismount. And a double pike somersault. And she gets it.
So Christy Phillips, with the approval of Bella Caroli.
You were good. Still rushing a little bit. Good job. All right.
I think it's Marta, isn't it? Isn't that Marta Caroli?
Yeah, she all the time.
Yeah, that was very good.
You see the damn turn, you know what does mean? You know, it was turning automatically. Keep it over there. All right.
Very nice. Bella Caroli, again with Christy Phillips. Christy with just an outstanding routine. Again, had just a couple of bobbles, but it will be better than the routine of her biggest competitor tonight, Phoebe Mills. And could very easily move her near the top of the all-around. Let's watch that again.
Here she's getting ready for a reverse planche. And then into the Phillips planche. And her side somersault. And look at that smile on her face.
She knew you had it. She had it, didn't she? This is Christy Phillips, competitor number 125, trying to climb to the top, overtaking her teammate Phoebe Mills.
And the double pike somersault, and she catches it just in time.
We may, however, be watching coming up in just a moment in the uneven parallel bars, maybe the new leader in the all-around. This is Do Yamashiro. She is from the Scats Club out at Huntington Beach, California. This is a replay of a 9.7 on the uneven parallel bars, and this should vault her into first place.
And a double back flyaway.
Do Yamashiro, again from the Scats, and that moves her into first place in the all-around as there's quite a battle, as we still have Christy Phillips, Phoebe Mills, and this young lady battling for the best all-around. And the team title, it's still up for grabs. We'll continue with more of the Alamo City Women's Gymnastic Classic from San Antonio, Texas, right after we pause for this timeout. Dodge for helping us bring this competition of the nation's finest young athletes to the San Antonio Forum. Your participation is recognized for community spirit and support of San Antonio's young athletes, and we all extend a very hearty thank you to Broadway Dodge. Also a reminder that the travel arrangements have been made through the consideration and courtesy of American Airlines. Remember, American Airlines, it's the sports airlines of America. American Airlines and Broadway Dodge bring you activity tonight from the Hemisphere Arena in San Antonio. Well, the competition is now heating up for both the all-around and in the team competition as well, as we've had a change in the leadership as we are now moving into our fourth rotation of the competitors as they move on, and of course the finishing of the balance beam there by Shelley Scher. Back on the floor exercise, we move back into the competition here, and competitor number 109, this is Courtney Myers. And the conclusion of her routine. Courtney, by the way, was a late entry into the competition tonight. Let's go into the tabulation now. After 3 rotations, this is the way it looks. You saw the uneven parallel bars of Do Yamashita, as he now moves into the lead just ahead of Stacy Gunthorpe. And Maria, we pointed out that Stacy looked very confident tonight, and you can see only, what is that, 1/10 of a point separating the two. And also, as Jaleesa Gomez now moves to 3rd, Christy Phillips is 4th. And you see him moving on down. Look at the leader now. That was 1 is now Phoebe Mills, has dropped all the way down to 7th. Shelley Stack, a teammate of hers, and Denise Valeurs has now moved into the top 8. That is a look at the leader again, Dom Yamashita. And she again from the Stats gymnastics team of Southern California down in Huntington Beach, California. She is just about ready to get into her balance beam exercise coming up in just a few moments. This is one of her teammates, number 134. This is Michelle Ducera. And she gets ready for her mount here on the balance beam. She has to, of course, be given the approval of the judges before she can start her routine, and that's what she's waiting on right now.
Getting set up for a mount. And she's doing round off onto the board, back handspring onto the beam. Oh, she was a little bit off.
Michelle, of course, one of the members of the silver medal Olympic team of 1984. And again, did a lot of the double work for the movie American Anthem, of which our analyst tonight, Maria Irons, was one of the co-stars. 19 years of age, again from California.
She is, in fact, our oldest competitor here, and a very seasoned performer.
I think, according to my notes, I guess, 12, I guess, is the youngest that we've seen. We may have one at 11, though, now that I think about it.
And it's a side somersault, which is the hardest move you can do on balance beam. She seemed very comfortable with it. Michelle's very deliberate in everything that she does. And a layout somersault off of 1 foot. A little bit of originality. Set up for a dismount. And a double twisting backward somersault.
And that, once again, is Michelle Ducera, as she is not too happy as with Coach Don Peters there with her routine, and I think she's going over just a little what happened there as far as that first fall was concerned. Well, the team standings have also changed. Don Peters has to be happy, however, as his team from Huntington Beach, California, is overtaken Bella Caroli's gymnastics team's number 1, which features Christy Phillips along with Phoebe Mills. Look at the Capital gymnastic team from Austin. We thought they might make a challenge. They are in the 3rd. Bella Caroli's number 2 gymnastics team is 4th, and Jim Country out of Tulsa, Oklahoma is now the number 5 gymnastics team, but only 5/100ths of a point separating the top 2 teams. Just as the individual had tightened down to quite a race, the